Jordan. And, Charles, we look at this Texan ball club entering play here. They come in feeling good after back-to-back victories. Meanwhile, for the visiting Colts, they were losers their last time out. They're going to... return out to the 27-yard line. Texans offense heading out behind their quarterback in his second season. Last year's Offensive Rookie of the Year, C.J. Stroud.
I like this guy, and the reason I do, he tends to stay on an even keel. Doesn't let too much ruffle him. He will manage the game the way it needs to be managed, take what the defense gives him, and then he can strike at times. Had a touchdown pass. Yes, he had an interception last week, but he found a way for his team to win.
First carry for Nick Chubb. And he'll take this up near the 35, maybe the 34. A check on the numbers for Chubb from a week ago. 21 carries, 94 yards, and a score.
After the last game, they have plenty of reason to be confident in their running game. And even though they're facing a top 10 defense, they're not going to shy away from doing what they do best. Make them adjust to them. Make them stop what they do before they go to any type of a change-up.
To the right side and caught by Dell. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down. The Texans at 6-1 now through 7 weeks of the season. And they come in feeling pretty good after back-to-back victories, CD.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
They get this into the hands of Nico Collins. Now he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. That's good for 28 yards.
I think when they look at their offense, they think to themselves, weapons everywhere, and they want to move the ball around. They want to spread it to different people. But you absolutely know they want to get this man involved as well, and that's what they just did on that play.
Now from Colts territory, here's a 1st and 10 down at the 33. Stroud working out of the gun. Short throw into the hands of Jordan. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down. 2 yards to go, 2nd down. Stroud will look to throw once more. Got his man, Dell. That's good for a 1st down, his 2nd catch in the opening drive. Up the middle, it's Chubb. And he is going to lose yardage here.
Offside, defense.
Well, we looked at each other right when he flinched. We knew that that flag was coming.
Yeah, offsides, easy call, mark off the 5, and keep it moving.
Following the penalty, it's 1st and 5, and you got to think offensively, all kinds of options. And Chubb will try the middle here. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. Give him 5 yards there, and it'll bring up 2nd down. And again, it's Chubb. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6. It's a 3-yard pickup, and that sets up 1st and goal. Stroud. Firing quickly, but it's incomplete.
One thing that you're going to see from this offense is that they love the matchup with their wide receivers against this secondary. That one wasn't successful, but don't expect them to back away from attacking all game long.
Play action. Stroud now. Going out wide, finds Chubb. And he's able to break out of 1 tackle, but then quickly brought down. Only 3 yards there on the completion. That'll lead to a 3rd and goal. Chubb. They push forward, but I don't think it's enough. He's going to be about a yard short. He needed 3. He got 2. Now that'll set up an interesting situation here on 4th and a yard. This is a long drive offensively. Wouldn't you hate to end this with just 3 points?
Doesn't it feel like during a ball game you have certain narratives going on and there's certain drives that seem to take on just a bit more importance than others? This feels like one of those, doesn't it? To me, 3 points here, a major letdown. This is the time to go and put 6 on the board.
So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well. And kudos to you. You didn't jinx him.
And they'll have very good starting field position as he's up just shy of the 40. The Colts heading out for the first time behind their 22-year-old quarterback in his second season now in the NFL, Anthony Richardson.
And the numbers were not pretty. I mean, they don't look right. When you throw 2 interceptions, no touchdown passes, there's no way to really make that work. But I thought there were a lot of positives in watching his game tape. I think he's close to putting out a good performance. Let's see if he can flip those numbers around in this game. And, of course, rally his team to a win.
Excellent job pushing through tacklers that time to pick up 6. The numbers for him from a week ago: 13 carries, 88 yards.
In a perfect world, they'd run the ball the same way they did last week, but against the #1 rush defense in the league, they're going to have to find a different way to move the ball. Maybe they start throwing it early and come back to the run.
Ooh, with a juke. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. That good for 21 yards on the catch and run.
And we're going to see the ball in the air quite a bit here. This is a top 5 passing offense in the NFL. And they certainly like to get everybody involved. So this defense, they're going to have to be able to counterpunch some.
Richardson under pressure, and down he goes. Will Anderson able to record his 5th sack of the season.
And the reigning defensive rookie of the year made an immediate impact the season ago. And that continues here with another sack. Just 1 year ago, 7 sacks, 10 tackles for loss in just 15 games played.
So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on 2nd down. Running straight ahead, Taylor. And he's dropped right at the 40. Gain of 3. Well, this defense for the Texans, they played extremely well last week in that win over Green Bay.
Yeah, what stood out to me on tape, the way they were flying to the football. So that tells me that they've got all their assignments down, and they're playing with extreme confidence.
And he's going to be taken down with another 1st down as the stop's made at the Texans' 20-yard line. That was no 3rd and 2. That was 3rd and 16, but they get the conversion anyway. Richardson looking to throw. Now he's got his target. It's caught for a Colts touchdown. Josh Downs, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Colts have answered that early field goal to take a first-quarter lead. A nice throw there by the second-year quarterback.
And I don't believe that was the kind of play he would have made as a rookie, because usually your rookie season is a continuation of your college days. A lot of one read, and if you don't have it, you just take off and go. Now he's settled in the pocket a little bit more, reading the field and getting to a 2nd and sometimes 3rd progression. That was a nice play.
Point after, right down the middle. And that makes it a 7-3 lead. And out a little across the 25 to the 27. When the holding penalty sets them back inside the 20 as they get going on this drive.
Come on, boys. Let's pound the rock.
Back to throw. Here's Stroud. Flush to his right. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Quiddy Pay getting in there and burying him behind the line. I thought there at the end he may have had a chance to release that, but that pocket closed a little too quickly and down he went.
Yeah, he was certainly trying to do everything he could to extend the life of the play, probably counting in his head. 1, 2, and then he ran out of time.
So they'll wind up losing 5 yards on the play, and they're going to be staring at a 3rd and long here. Stroud to throw it. Taking a shot for Dell here. And it's knocked away and incomplete. There defensively for the breakup, Charvarius Ward.
Zone coverage there, and they were playing deep. That makes it obviously a little bit harder to run by guys. And that time, there was not much of a window to get the ball in there, and it winds up incomplete.
Now a fair catch taken, maybe a yard or 2 shy of midfield. The Colts offense, led by their running back, headed out for the second possession. And they've used him quite a bit in the passing game as you take a look at the NFL leaders in receiving yards by a running back, and he's right there in the mix. Richardson. That complete to Downs. And he's out of bounds as he gets this down to the 45. Short completion, just 4 yards, and that'll bring up 2nd down. Play action. Now Richardson. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. That's Azeez Al-Shaair getting through for the sack that time.
And that was a bouncer's nightmare. The front door totally shut down by the defense, and kept going backwards, hoping to find another avenue of escape. It didn't exist.
How to approach this. 3rd down and 16 yards to go. Back to throw. Here's Richardson. Oh, that's into double coverage and intercepted. And he's able to get it back to the 41-yard line. So problems with Eric passing continuing. Remember, he threw 2 picks in the last week, and now another here in this first quarter.
Sometimes, partner, this is the result of a quarterback who's simply trying to do too much. Feels like he's trying to make up for what he did last week, and he can't do it all on one throw.
The Texans offense set to regain possession. And they are trying to create some separation within the division. And look, CD, I know that this is still the first half of the season, but this is a big matchup no matter where it falls, because these are the top 2 teams right now in that division.
And if you can build a bit of a cushion as you head towards the second part of the season, that allows you to survive the expected injuries, potential upset losses, all of those things, and still be in good shape.
Now a 2nd and 10. Here's Stroud. Here's a diving catch right side. 13 yards on his first catch. It's a 1st down as well. Now Stroud. And that one is incomplete. And it also concludes quarter number 1. After 1, 7-3 the score on EA Sports. Ready for the second quarter from Houston. It's the Texans in possession of the football. 2nd and 10. As they've got it as we resume action. Again, it's Stroud. A short one going to be taken in here by Schultz. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1.
It's not critical about the game there on 2nd down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now it gives them a much better opportunity to convert on 3rd down.
They'll run for it. Here's Chubb. And he will have the 1st down across the 20 to the 19-yard line.
Well, they're currently the best in the NFL in converting on 3rd down, so it was no surprise there that they picked that one up.
And they've done it in many different ways throughout the season, Charles. Picking it up, running it, throwing it, just effective on 3rd downs all year long. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And the Texans are going to be looking at 1st and goal as they move this down to the 4-yard line.
It's all pretty simple sometimes, isn't it? Go where the defenders are not, and he does exactly that. Makes a nice catch to move the chains. Defense, got to find a better way of accounting for the shorter routes that are being run against them.
And Stroud now to throw. And they're going to get to him. A sack. Sack back at the 9-yard line. Not the first and goal play they drew up. Multiple defenders in to bring him down to the ground. Now from the 9, here's 2nd and goal. Stroud looking to throw. And the pressure gets to him again. Multiple defenders there to drop him for a loss of 4.
Are you seeing what I'm seeing? That's 3 sacks now, and this team came into the game in the bottom 5 in the league in sacks.
Yeah, what's going on? It's not been their bread and butter. I don't know. Is a blind squirrel finding a nut, or is this something they can build on?
Well, they found some momentum. They found a crack in that offensive line, and they're putting it to good use.
And probably the wise decision there. No one open. He just throws it away. And that keeps the field goal on the table as it's 4th down. The kick by Fairbairn is good. And they'll get it back within a point at 7-6. So, Charles, they get to them with their first turnover of the game and then make it hurt a little bit extra with a field goal.
And anytime you give the ball up, what's the first thing a coach tells his defense? Don't let them score off of this. You've got to put out the fire. In fact, in 2021, that's what one NFL coach termed his defense. The firemen. Go out there, guys, and don't let them put some points on the board.
Now after the play, it looks like there's a Texan here slow to get up. The medical staff is going to come out here and take a look, and we will take a short break. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. Now, they dipped a game below 500 following the loss last week. And you get the sense that maybe this team's at a little bit of a crossroads here.
Yeah, I think that's a really good way to put it, because what's that old malaprop? If you come to a fork in the road, take it. Because this crew, they're losing ground fast. They've got to start winning some ball games. And the good teams, they're starting to separate themselves, and these guys are being left behind.
He'll be hit down at the 33, 5 yards on the play. This now a 3rd and 4. Now it's Richardson. And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's 4th down.
Like what I see so far out of this defense, because they've been showing their best coverages on 3rd down. So far, only allowed 1 conversion on a handful of attempts. One area of their game plan that they've executed to perfection.
That's returnable now for Smith. Nice punt, but good work on the return to get back 11 yards. And the Texans will take over. The Texans offense had C.J. Stroud getting ready for this next drive. And as you see on the graphic, he's right up there with the best in the league when it comes to throwing touchdowns. Currently 2nd in the NFL at this point of the season. Throwing now is Stroud. Short throw into the hands of Jordan. And he gets this to the 35. Good for a gain of 5. Ball on the 35. Here comes 2nd and 5. Play action. Here's Stroud. Finds his man as John Mechie. His first catch, good for 8 and a 1st down. They go up the middle with Chubb. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up. Well, these two teams, they met up way back in the season opener. And it was the visiting Texans who came away with a victory. So they'll look to take the season series if they can win here in Houston. And he's fortunate to get anything from that. Give him a yard up to the 49. The time called here because a member of the Texans is in some discomfort. So as the medical staff takes a look, we'll step aside. The Texans on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This will be 3rd and 5. And he's unable to haul it in. So it falls incomplete over the middle 3rd of the field. And that brings up 4th.
1 first down here, and that's all, folks. Good work by this defense to hold things in check and force a punting situation.
On is the punter Townsend as he gets this one away. And no return possible here as they angle this one out of bounds. So here are the Colts to take over. They're looking to bounce back following the loss to Miami a week ago, and they've got the lead right now as they come up with a 1st and 10. Under pressure, and the Texans able to get in there for the sack. Will theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. Richardson looking to throw this. Under pressure, they got him again. The defensive end, Daniil Hunter, drops him.
So, Ben, we sat in with a lot of coaches, and when they talk about things they want to accomplish offensively, I'm not sure that sack and sack are on their play sheet.
Back-to-back sacks have this place in a frenzy as they line up again 3rd and long now. Yeah, Richardson back to throw it. A short one there, caught by Likely. They'll give him 4 yards there, and that's going to bring up a 4th down.
Oh, it's time to give a little credit there to the defense. They played that very well because it was a drag route, and he ran a little shallower than normal as he worked straight across the field. He was hoping he'd get lost behind the defensive line, but once he made the catch, nowhere to turn upfield and gain any yardage.
And now a fair catch called for and taken just outside the 40-yard line. A 40-yard punt, no return, and the Texans will take over with a 1st and 10. Throwing to start the drive. Stroud. This one taken in by Stover. And just 3 yards on the catch there. He couldn't get away. And it's 2nd down.
At the 46-yard line.
Handoff comes to Chubb. And a strong run that time as he's across midfield and down to the 43. A pickup of 11 and a Texans 1st down. They run it again with Chubb. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
8 yards on the pickup. Brings up 2nd and 2.
And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. Coming up at halftime, I'll go from one personality, that's you, Charles Davis, to another one in Orlando, the coach. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL. You and Jonathan Coachman, both larger than life.
No doubt about it.
But you're stuck with me in this booth.
Yes,
and he's miles away and smiling.
And happy.
After the incompletion, here now, 3rd and 2. Operating from the gun. Stroud working the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And they'll get him to the ground. He has another 1st down at the Colts' 22-yard line. 13 yards as the quick slant keeps the drive moving.
I like the call on 3rd and 2. They were geared up to stop the run. I like the fact they just hit him quick. Little slant route. All about timing there, partner.
Yeah, the timing, everything well executed. On 1st down, he'll drop to throw. Firing quickly, but it's incomplete.
No coverage bust by the defense here. They did a nice job accounting for everybody, and that led to an incompletion.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Stroud. They set up the screen to Chubb. And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. That'll leave him with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there. They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the 1st here. Back to throw again. Here's Chubb, back-to-back catches for him. And he's able to get this down to the 5-yard line before he's out of bounds. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. The throwing again is Stroud. And it's caught. Hammering for the goal line. He loses the football. And the Colts pick it. Accelerating, and off he goes. And they will finally stop him as he's down to the 40-yard line. So the turnover forced, and a wonderful job on a big return.
And how about the convoy that got created to help him get all the way back upfield? I mean, that's the part that people miss on. That's practice. That's worked on. It doesn't just happen in a game and everyone rallies. They discuss it prior to, and everyone knows their role when they create a turnover like that.
The Colts about to go on offense one final time in this first half. And they'll start with a short field following that turnover as they look for points here before the break. that is incomplete here.
That's tremendous field position that they were given following the turnover, but they've still got work to do to get the field goal range, and the coverage we're seeing isn't going to make it easy.
Now Richardson. And that is incomplete. So 17 seconds now on the clock here. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Here's Richardson to throw. And that is incomplete, but a penalty flag coming in. This could be a first down. So the yellow flag came out, and that leads to a new set of downs for this offense. 1st and 10. Back to throw. Richardson. They'll set up the screen to Taylor. And he'll be out of bounds just inside the 25-yard line. A gain of 8 there on the play. And that'll bring up a 2nd down in just a couple. They'll look to throw again. Pressure applied, and he's going to be taken down. They sack him back at the 33-yard line. And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the second quarter. So with 2 ticks left here in the half, on is the field goal unit. From the left hash, it's an even 50-yard attempt. And that's off the right upright, and it bounces away, no good. But a flag is down here, so hold on. Let's see what this is about. Okay, so the personal foul penalty, and those are some important yards lost right there.
Yeah, it all comes down to discipline, doesn't it? And every team tells us that they coach it, they preach it. In this case, it slipped a little bit.
And his kick here is good. And that will do it for this first half. So we come to halftime here with the visiting Colts taking the lead to the locker room. As we'll get you over to Orlando, where standing by is Jonathan Coachman. He has our EA Sports halftime report.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. Hi again, everybody. Let's get you caught up with what's going on around the league here in the unofficial midway point, Week 8 of the NFL season. We were certainly treated to an entertaining first half. Both these teams with some high points and maybe a couple of low points as well. So it's going to be a question of who can be the most disciplined team going forward.
Okay, Coach, thanks as always. This one's still anyone's game as we welcome you back for quarter number 3. Second half ready to get underway. The Colts with a lead, and they will receive the football. And able to get this out to the 25. The Colts going to take over on offense to begin this third quarter. And they've got the lead. CD, what do you think the message was at halftime?
I don't think the message was too drastic, I think, at the half, or that they need to change things too much. I do think the offensive line could play a little bit better. I think they'll try and help them out more. They'll probably keep a tight end in a few more times and maybe add a running back to the formation to pick up those pass rushers, because they probably allowed a few too many sacks for comfort in the first half.
Richardson out of the shotgun. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. Able to find a lot of empty space there, picking up the first down at a 21-yard gain.
Well, that turned out better than most of the passes he could have thrown on that snap. The coverage downfield was excellent, but the containment close to home left him a backdoor escape, and they paid dearly for not locking up.
Richardson off the play fake. And that'll be knocked away. It's incomplete.
Well, based on the play we just saw there, he might not be the guy you want to challenge in coverage on these all-important snaps. He certainly looks dialed in right now.
Richardson looking to throw. On target to his man, Likely. That'll leave him with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there. They'll try and run for the first with Taylor. And they needed 2. They could only get 1. 4th down. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
And they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
Feeling like they're not quite in field goal range yet, they're going to go for it on 4th. From the shotgun, Richardson. And he'll get this one down to about the 20-yard line. The coverage may be too good that time as he breaks away for 19 with his legs and a 1st down. They go play action with Richardson. And that is caught. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Isaiah Likely. A 20-yard touchdown. And the Colts take the opening kickoff of the 3rd quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead. That seemed pretty ideal there for the offense, Charles. You take a little bit of time off the clock here in the 3rd quarter, decent length drive, and you pad your lead as well at the end of it.
And what it does is let you feel like you're in control of this game, even more so than a 2-touchdown lead, right? Because you have taken that time off, as you noted, which means they couldn't get you off the field. You ran your playbook the way you wanted to, and you gave your defense some rest. What a big-time drive in that situation.
Sanchez now, he'll kick it away following the touchdown. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24. The Texans offense and their star running back Nick Chubb getting set to take over once more. And we give you a look there at the league leaders in receiving touchdowns. You can see he's 2nd best amongst NFL running backs at this point in the season. And they'll go play action here with Stroud. And seeing no options, he just tosses this one away incomplete. Now that'll bring up 2nd down. Stroud. Now they go screen. It's complete. And now a stoppage, and it looks like we have a Colt who was shaken up on that last play. Well, now they're going to come out and take a look at this injury, and we'll be back in a moment. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Here's Stroud. Eluding the pressure. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Credit the sack to the Oregon Duck, DeForest Buckner.
And this dominant defensive performance continued on that play. This poor quarterback has not received the protection he needs and has had to pick himself up off the turf far too often.
The Texans send the punter out as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. Fair catch taken just inside the 40-yard line. So possession goes over here on the punt. And the Colts will go on offense here, 1st and 10. They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10 at the 40. They'll run with Taylor to begin the drive. And he's able to break through 1 tackle, but it slowed him down enough that he could only manage getting back to the line of scrimmage. This defense could use a few more plays like that right now.
It certainly could, but think about it from an offense's perspective right now. They've got a lead, but they don't want to throttle down too much and stall themselves. Still want to move at a nice pace.
And this play will be blown up. He'll lose yardage back at the 38. That'll wind up as a loss on the play, so now they're staring at a 3rd down and 12. We'll see what they have drawn up here, a little bit behind the line. 12 yards needed to gain a 1st down. Throw left side complete. That's Taylor. And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down. Indianapolis moving the chains there on a gain of 12.
For as many sacks as this defense has, you can understand their willingness to try and get upfield and get another. So what a really smart play call here to use their aggression against them go with the screen, and they're able to get the first down.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Finds his man over the middle. It's Likely. Takes this to the 45. Broken tackle. Bought him a little extra space. Ball placed at the 45 for 2nd and 5. Up the middle, here's Taylor. And able to push forward for right around 3 yards down to the 42.
Well, they're hoping that the second half is better for him than the first half. They've got to find a way to get him going. He's a big part of their offense.
Back to throw. Here's Richardson. That is caught. And he is going to have a Colts first down as they get 5 there on 3rd and 2.
As an unbiased observer, I think it would have been interesting to see what they would have done if they hadn't gotten the first down there. But since they did, I guess the point is moot.
Yeah, they're right there in that middle ground, field goal range, punt, go for it. But as you said, they picked it up. A bit of a jump there, CD. He breaks the line, and that'll be 5 yards.
And you've got to stay more disciplined than that, Brandon. That's just a free gift to the offense.
So a 1st and 5 now after the 5-yard penalty from the neutral zone infraction. Richardson. And he's going to get this down near the 20-yard line. Nothing open downfield. He keeps it himself for 11 and a first down.
Well, it looked like a quick hitter, a 3-step drop. But when it's not there, what do? He elects to try and escape through the massive bodies up the middle, and he does so and picks up positive yardage.
Complete to Likely on the out route. So the completion good for just 3. And it's 2nd down. Now it's Richardson. And his pass incomplete.
You can tell they wanted to get that ball downfield. They had nothing working in the secondary, so he dropped it off to the running back. That one ended up incomplete.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. Opted to run for it. The decision a good one. Picking up the first, getting 14 yards on the scramble.
Brandon, that's a gamer move right there. Facing 3rd down, steps up, calls his own number, and nearly makes the house call. If I'm the coach, I let him take another one right here. Give him a chance to be the first one to hit the end zone after that effort he just gave him.
Taylor is not going to get a whole lot, maybe a yard down to the 3. It's a gain of a yard, and it'll set up 2nd and goal. Again, it'll be Taylor. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a 3rd down.
I think it's pretty evident. We can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, he ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, they've stopped him cold. That, to me, that's good scouting and even better execution.
Yeah, and they stopped him behind the line right there. They obviously watched the tape a few times and made some adjustments. 3rd down and goal now, and this Houston defense not backing down. They'll look for one more stop. Looking for Pearson. He's got him. Touchdown, Indianapolis. A 3-yard touchdown pass as his guys have opened up a very comfortable lead.
Well, Charles, he's still a young signal caller in this league, 2nd year in the NFL. I don't know if last year as a rookie if he would have worked through his progressions like he did on that touchdown pass.
I think you're right about that. We're seeing him grow up right in front of our eyes because when he went to his primary read, he recognized that they were all over that, so he continued to survey the field, picked up another target, delivered a pass exactly where it needed to be. A very mature play for the 2nd-year quarterback.
Sanchez now, he'll kick it away following the touchdown. And he'll be stopped up at the 25. And the football going back over now to the Houston Texans. And they have had their problems moving the ball through the air as we take you through some of the action from earlier. This secondary has played about as well as you can. Many times they've left this quarterback with nowhere to go with the football. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive.
I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
A shotgun snap to Stroud.
And his throw is going to be incomplete.
You get the sense that they're saying we're not playing up to what we're capable of, and we're deep enough into the game that the early jitters are long gone, that they should now have some sense of continuity and be able to make some of these plays that they have not been doing so far.
Able to find the open man. That's complete. And they work this well upfield across the 45. A gain of 22.
And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the third quarter has come to a close. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. Back now in Houston. It's Texans football, but they trail here as we get started in the fourth quarter.
Here goes Stroud again. Short throw into the hands of Jordan.
You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give them that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
Got his man complete over the middle. It's Schultz. And they'll get him to the ground. He has another first down at the Colts 36.
First and 10 at the 36-yard line.
Stroud out of the gun here. Over the middle, he gets it to Collins.
And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down.
Second down and a yard.
Second and a yard at the 27-yard line.
Stroud to throw it. That's to the sideline and incomplete.
And this offense on third down today, not quite 50%, 4 for 9. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1. And unable to connect. If he had caught it, it would have been a first down. Instead, it's 4th.
They lead big, and a major part of that has been how they've taken their play to a whole new level this second half. No points allowed since the break, and you can add another incompletion to the total number that they forced in this runaway contest.
And it is good. Oh, that one looked to be in trouble the whole way, but it does get over the bar. And that'll get the deficit down to 15. Well, with that field goal, you can argue they needed to get back within 2 scores, and they did indeed do that, but still a pretty uphill battle.
Still going to take 2 fourth-quarter touchdowns to get back into it. And as you and I know, that's a tall order against any NFL defense. They're going to need their own defense to make some plays as well to give them an opportunity.
The Colts offense and running back Jonathan Taylor heading back onto the field. And he's had his fair share of troubles in this one, unfortunately. This defensive front has wreaked havoc throughout the contest, and he hasn't been able to create enough space to make something positive happen to this point.
The Indy offense at the line and set to go. Well, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this fourth quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, first downs, they can't touch the ball.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
Yeah, Richardson back to throw it.
And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. And he's able to take this one back to the 36-yard line.
CD, I know it's just his second year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, second year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
And now out comes Houston.
The interception was a great starting point, but now they need points pretty quickly, down 2 scores. Now Stroud. To the right side and intercepted. And the Colts are going to have it here just past the 25. And here in the fourth quarter, defensively, you know that you're just going to blanket the field with defensive backs and say, okay, take your best shot. And that time, it's intercepted.
And we've often seen teams go into the prevent early, way too early, and sometimes they get too soft in their coverages, but not in this case. They understood the situation and played it with the proper aggression.
Indianapolis offense ready to go again. They have to like the position that they are in. Fourth quarter, 2-score lead, and now the ball back after the INT. A carry by Taylor to start the drive.
And they're able to get this one across the 35. A gain of 11 to kick off the drive, and it's a quick first down.
And what a tough spot for this defense because they know it's coming, but they're just powerless to stop it. What a great run there to start the drive. And you can bet there'll be more where that came from as they try to ice this game away.
That's complete to Pierce.
And a 6-yard gain gets him right around the 43.
Line of scrimmage, the 43 on 2nd and 4. On the handoff, Taylor.
And he'll get this out past the 45 to the 47. And give him about 4 on the play, but he's marked short, so it'll be 3rd and about the length of the football.
They run once more with Taylor.
And he's got the first down yardage as he brings this up to the 47. Hasn't been his best afternoon on the ground, far from it, but a critical 3rd down conversion.
This afternoon just got better. All right, you're exactly right. It hasn't been his best in terms of yardage, but that run there, that's the one your teammates look to you and go, okay, that's what we want from you. That's what we need. Now they have a chance to keep moving forward and a chance to win the game.
If nothing else, they've already taken a couple minutes off the clock here already as they come up 2nd down.
And they'll go to the air now with Richardson.
Well, plain and simple, that's the 2nd time today that he's dropped a pass.
And that one, I think, maybe even a little easier than the earlier one that he dropped. Surprising.
Was this game announced as a night game prior to, and maybe his rhythm is just off? He's got thrown off. He's got to wake up, enjoy the sunshine, and go play.
And he's going to be taken down with another first down as the stop's made at the Texans' 26. They give him 27 yards on the 3rd down conversion. They have the nice cushion. They just want to pour it on right now, still throwing the football.
And I know my background says, why do you need to do this? Just go ahead and run out the clock and get a win. But as many people pointed out to me, it's a video game, man. Go ahead and put the numbers up. Sportsmanship, not an issue.
Exercise those fingers.
A short one there, caught by Likely.
And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20.
Offside. Defense.
And that one was relatively easy to see. I noticed that from up here.
Yeah, it doesn't take a whole lot, does it? Sometimes you get multiples. What I always love on these offsides is when each side points at the other. Hey, you did it. No, you did it. They deciphered that one correctly.
On the handoff, this is Taylor. And he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line. 5 yards is the pickup there as that extends this drive.
So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. Richardson looking to throw this. Over the middle, hauled in by Pierce.
So the completion good for 6 yards, and it'll be 2nd down. Now contact up front as penalty markers come in. Who is this against? So they don't even need to run a 2nd down play. Give them the first.
And typically when we see this jumping, is that usually 3rd down, 4th down? They got him on 2nd down. I think that's a lack of discipline.
So now then the penalty's got him set up with a 1st and goal. Now a give to Taylor.
And a nice job to break free of one tackle, but it slowed his momentum somewhat, and he's taken down right after.
Clock continuing to run. They'll probably wind this all the way before snapping it on second down.
Here's Richardson to throw.
Rolling to his right. And he takes this one in for a Colts touchdown.
Anthony Richardson
taking it in from 4 yards out.
And the Colts look like they're going to get back in the win column as they extend their lead here in this fourth quarter. Well, I've heard you use the term put-away drive, and that right there seemed like the definition of a put-away drive.
Yeah, it certainly just pops right up out of the book, doesn't it? Because up 2 scores already, just wanted to possess the football, keep converting and picking up first downs. And if the drive ends in 3 points, that's terrific. If it ends in a touchdown, fantastic.
Extra point right down the middle. And the lead opens up now to 22 points. They're down here in the fourth, and that personal foul penalty is not going to help.
No, in these types of situations, players will tell you that's extra intensity. From where we sit, it's actually frustration. Not a good play.
After the roughing penalty on the PAT, they'll kick off from 15 yards further upfield.
And not willing to risk a return. This ball is going to come out to the 30-yard line.
Heading out is the Texans offense as they get set to take over here.
Now, this game went off the rails early for them and never really got back on track. And these fans, they were expecting to be on the other side of the scoreboard. But that is not the case as we play on here in this fourth quarter.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive.
Right side complete to Mechie. Now 2nd and 3. Throwing now is Stroud.
Now after the play, it looks like there's a Texan here slow to get up.
Well, they come out and take a look at him. We will step aside for just a moment.
The offense on 3rd down, they're right at about the league average, 40%, 4 for 10. This time they face a 3rd and 2.
And Stroud now to throw.
They set up the screen to Chubb. And he'll be corralled out across midfield down to the 45. So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. That's complete. It's Collins.
2nd and 9 from the 44. Stroud working out of the gun.
He'll buy some time right. And he will slide to a stop. He does have the first down.
Stroud looking to throw.
Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone. So it's Texans football as we welcome you back. They're looking at 2nd down now as they search for a consolation score.
Stroud. Throw out wide is incomplete.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
Escaping the pressure right. And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. Now the Texans will burn the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Over the middle, complete. That's Schultz.
And the Texans are going to have a 1st and goal coming up as the tackle made at the 3-yard line.
Flushed out. And he's in. Touchdown, Houston.
His 3rd rushing touchdown on the year, number 6 overall. And the Texans are finally into the end zone here in this fourth quarter.
I'm not sure win-win is the proper term here, but it certainly felt like it. They got the touchdown they needed. But if I'm on the defensive side of the ball, okay, you got the touchdown, but it sure took you a long time.
Yeah, because offensively, though, you're probably hoping for a 1 to 5 play drive. That one ate up a little more time than they were hoping.
You're exactly right. And if you have that 1 to 5 play drive, you actually build up momentum and even more hope. When they had to slog their way downfield, they got the touchdown, but it's almost like, yeah, you know, you
doesn't feel right.
Exactly.
So 2 scores down. Time definitely not an ally, but here comes the onside kick. Oh, the Texans may have recovered. They did recover.
Here's 1st and 10. Here's Stroud.
That's out to Chubb, complete. Now the Texans will use one of their 2 remaining timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play.
Stroud. He'll get this complete to Collins.
Fired that one in there, able to make connection on a nice in route.
With those faster passes and they're going that fast, any hesitation as a quarterback that the deflection, if you miss, might be bigger and lead to an interception?
Yeah, and the deflection works both ways. Maybe a defender gets a hand in the way and it pops in the air. And sometimes you throw it so hard your receiver can't handle it, and he pops it up in the air for the defenders to grab as well.
But a moot point there as they were able to connect. And he'll go down inside the 45 before going out of bounds.
Here's 1st down. Now Stroud.
And he just gets rid of it. Throws it away. The wise move there. Looked like nobody open. Now 2nd down.
They'll try again here. 2nd and 10. Stroud to throw it. That's complete to Hutchinson.
And a timeout coming in. This will be their final one with 10 seconds remaining.
Back to throw. Here's Stroud. Throwing left sideline there, but it's incomplete.
Well, how about the coverage we just saw break out on 3rd down? Dime defense, blanketed the field with extra defensive backs and speed, unable to find an open hole to complete that pass.
One final shot for C.J. Stroud.
One last shot at the end zone. And that will be incomplete. They were going for a consolation TD, but it was not to be. And time has run out now on this game.
Well, this was a very close ball game at halftime, Charles, but in the second half, that offense kind of kicked things into another gear.